Hello and welcome to your channeled message. If you are feeling lost or confused, you know you want to create something in this life and yet you don't know the best steps forward, I trust that there is a message in here for you. In my mind's eye right now, I am seeing this long dirt path, and in the center of this path there is a brick wall, and you are walking up against this brick wall. And what you don't see is that you can move past this obstacle. And for whatever reason, you were unable to see it. And so you are sitting at this brick wall, desperate and confused and sad. And yet you're not open or aware to all of the possibilities. Maybe you could walk around the brick wall. Maybe you could climb the brick wall. And what I'm seeing is this sad, hurt little girl just wanting to be able to go to the other side of this wall. If this resonates, I trust if you watch this video through, you are going to get a lot of clarity. So go ahead and stick around. But before we get too far into it, my name is Michaela, here with the Cosmic Rose Activation. And I help women to manifest your dream life through the wisdom of the divine feminine. And here on this channel, I love to talk about relationships, the law of attraction, and just pure healing in order for you to live your most expansive life. With that, we're going to get back into this stuck energy first. So in my mind's eye, again, we saw the brick wall. And I see that there is something that you have been trying to birth into this 3D reality. You were trying to create something. You were put onto this planet for a reason and you know it. And I see that you have actually been embodying very well. And your spirit team wants you to know that. You have been contemplating how this future version of yourself will show up. How will she take action? And yet you are not seeing the manifested results in your life. This may have been a journey that you have been working on for months, maybe years, maybe many years of your life has been dedicated to this. And you're wondering, is the juice worth the squeeze? You've yet to maybe receive the financial payback or maybe the emotional payback, why you're pouring your heart and soul into this endeavor. You're not understanding why. I see that there's a lot of pressure for you to create, and you have maybe studied a lot about law of attraction and how to show up in embodiment. And you have been implementing these things and wondering, why is this not happening for me? And what I'm hearing is this embodied version of you a one-hit success, or are you built through resilience? Somebody who is not giving up on herself or her desires when things get hard, when things get tough. So although, yes, you want your desires and you have worked your butt off to get to where you are right here, right now. If you look back a month ago, a year ago, a few years ago, and see the version of yourself you are today, I guarantee you it is unimaginable. Your younger self is so grateful that you have saved her up until this point. And much like your future version of yourself is also very grateful for the work that you are putting in right now. And although you may feel like giving up, although you may be feeling like, is the juice worth the squeeze? What I'm seeing, I had pulled a couple cards before just to get a general idea. I see the Death card. This is endings, it's beginnings, it's your transformation. I'm seeing that this Death card is your energy right here, right now. I see that you are entering this phase of complete surrender. Maybe this dream that you have, you are so adamant that this is what you want for your life, that you want this more than anything else. And if that's you, there's nothing wrong with this desire, with the want. But what I'm seeing is it has created a lot of fear and attachment as well. because in your mind's eye, you are visualizing this dream life. And that's not to say that it's not going to happen. But what I am saying is there has been a lot of attachment. And if things don't work out exactly the way that you are planning it to be, if it doesn't go the way that you think you need it to be, then it's never going to happen. And so you're up against this wall right now of like, I need this to happen. Maybe there's financial situations or housing situations or career. Something is happening that is creating this surrender in your life, where it's like almost like this ego shatter, this ego death of, you know what? I have to drop my preconceived ideas of what it needs to look like. And I just heard you're right on track. And I'm also hearing Wilson Phillips, hold on, just hold on. And basically, she talks about you have nobody to blame why your life looks the way that it does other than your own actions. And actually, what I'm seeing is that in this surrender, you are becoming open to the creative opportunities in your life. These creative opportunities have actually been in your life. They've been trying to reach you. But I'm seeing this blockage in your left side. The divine feminine is wounded. You have been, I could cry. You have been programmed in a society to hustle, to work hard, to bend over backwards, to be a good girl, to do what you need to do in order to make your life happen. And what I'm seeing is that you may feel very dead inside right now. And that is the surrender piece. I see in my mind's eye, it's very sad. This little girl is like screaming, please help me. I don't see a way out. And as painful as this moment may be, as painful as this may be, for you to go through this process, you are exactly where you need to be. Because in this shattering, in this losing of how you think it's going to be, how you need it to work out for you, you are becoming open to the various possibilities of what the universe has in store for you. And the thing is I'm seeing that in the end, what you want is going to be the same, if not better. But the process of you getting there, I see that's the part where it's like this grip. You have this grip on a chain. And that chain is beginning to cut the circulation off of your hand. It is pulling tighter and tighter as you hold on, and you are being forced to let go of this chain. And as you begin to let go, what you see is that you have always been supported by the divine. The divine has always been trying to bring you to this end result. And your control and your way of thinking that things needed to unfold was the exact thing that was getting in the way of your manifestation coming. In my mind's eye, I see somebody laughing because I see that this situation, when you get to the other end of it, you will laugh. You may not be laughing right now. It may not be a very funny time for you. But you will laugh because you will realize that you were getting in your own way all along. This message is very specific for a wounded divine feminine, someone who is learning about the divine feminine, how to let go, how to release, how to trust the universe to bring you to where you want. And if this is you, please have compassion for yourself, for where you are. You have been programmed by not only your upbringing, but also by society, by this hustle mentality, this hustle culture, people that value hard, enduring work. If you don't bleed, if you don't sweat, if you don't cry over it, then it's not worth having. Now, there is no shame in working hard and making something beautiful out of your life. And at the same time, that's where we come in where I come into handy is being able to show you a softer way, a way of manifesting that is going to help you to release this control, this grip, and instead be able to manifest your life in that softer, that easier way that you know life has been. I think what I'm seeing, one of the things that I'm seeing right now is you are having an awakening to this life, to society, looking around you and freaking out. Maybe you're trying to build a business. Maybe you're trying to find a career that is more flexible for your schedule. And you're looking around and you're starting to understand that society is not supposed to be like this. There is something deeply wrong with the way that society is operating right now. And there is this deep calling within you to be able to wake up in the morning and enjoy your matcha, enjoy your coffee, whatever drink it is. There's this deep innate calling within you to be able to spend extra time with your loved ones. There's this deep calling within you to be able to afford maybe even the simple things in life without having to worry how you're going to make the next paycheck. Trust, there's a message in here for you because you're not wrong. You're not wrong, honey. You are not wrong for feeling that. You are not wrong for seeing that. There is something severely wrong with the way that society is, and I could cry about this. I could cry about this, and you are not wrong. The divine is putting this on your heart for a reason. The divine is making you wake up because you are too valuable doing what you're doing and to hustle and to bend over backwards and to serve a system that was meant to break your back and end your life early. You are too valuable. You are too valuable to keep operating in this way. Death card. That is the ending. You are ending a cycle. Maybe this was passed down from generation to live in survival, to live in this operation that does not serve you. It does not serve you. But the beauty about this death card is death and rebirth. You are moving in, and the next card was the strength card, into courage, into passion, into subtle power. A power, if you look at the strength card, she is gently opening the lion's mouth, and that is you. You are moving in this world. You are learning to move in this world that is soft and it is empowering. And yet, at the same time, you are still taking action. You are not afraid to face your fears. But it's this softer way of moving. Another card that I had pulled was the King of Cups in reverse. And this refers to bad advice or emotional manipulation. There could be somebody around you that is trying to push you faster than you're ready to go. Maybe this person is successful and you look up to them, and it causes you to question your own divine intuition, your own calling, this softness, the divine feminine. It is causing you to not feel very safe in this manifesting power. If there is somebody in your life that is like this, Spirit wants you to know it's not so much that you have to cut the tie with this person, but you do need to set strong boundaries and trust yourself right now. Because you are being led exactly where you need to go. And the process may feel slow. The process may feel like it's not going fast enough to the way that you think it needs to be. But honey, you have set the intention. You have been doing the work. You have been unveiling all of the things that are no longer you. And you are becoming this beautiful version of yourself. It may not look conventional compared to the rest of the world. You may be more artistic, more left-brained, more woo-woo. Whatever it is, you are on the right path. And right now, whatever circumstances you are going through, it is breaking you down because you have to listen to that internal calling. There is no more time for you to continue to engage in a hustle mentality. It is breaking you down. And if you continue to go down that path, it is only going to get worse. I am hearing physical ailments. I am hearing very depression, mental health issues. I am hearing just not great things because we were not set up to live like this. We are so far away from our divine wisdom, from the way that we're truly meant to live. And your calling is an inspiration to those around you. Your calling, when you listen to your intuition, is going to be the inspiration for others. Whoever this person is that may be influencing you to go faster, the more that you begin to set boundaries, and you lead by example, by you taking care of yourself, doing the divine practices that get you in connection with your intuition, by you doing the things that serve you and following this path, you are going to set the example for this divine masculine or influence. This influence is going to have one of two options. Continue to point the finger because they are jealous, or because they want what you have, or they don't quite understand your processes, or they are going to come to rise to meet you. What I'm seeing is that you are done sacrificing yourself. You are done being where you're at. And what you have been doing and listening to maybe this person's advice or living in a certain type of way is no longer working for you. And there's something about your soul breaking free. Oh, it's so beautiful. I actually saw like your soul being like dripped in concrete, and it's like shattering, and your soul comes out almost like a chicken in the egg, but it's like more powerful. It was really beautiful. You are breaking the confines of this matrix, of the things that were put on you. And it is an internal job. And what people don't understand is that 9 times out of 10, it is not the outside. You going out on the outside and changing and fixing and manipulating and making everything work. No, it's an internal job. It's identifying everything that you're afraid of and moving past that. That is the next channel that I am receiving. It's time for you to get a list out and write down all of your fears. It's time for you to write down all of the things that you want to do that you have been afraid of. And I mean that. When this video is over, even if you're driving, put it in your phone notes or something, write it down. What have you been wanting to do? And what have you been afraid to do? Like, what is the fear? Label the fear. Because what I'm hearing is your manifestation lies in the work you're avoiding. And again, I'm going back to an internal job. So there may be something about finances, there may be something about career or the material world, but it's not so much about you going out into action as it is you going into the fear, you leaning into the discomfort, you making the choice that scares you. And I am getting full body chills right now. That's it. That is where the work is lying for you right now. And what is going to happen is you're going to feel this underlying current that is drawing you exactly where you need. That doesn't mean that you stop your entire life just to do the internal work. Continue to show up in the ways that feel good for you. Because I'm seeing the red string theory. I'm seeing your heart being pulled exactly to where you want to go. But it is lying in the fear. It is lying in your fear right now. Most problems have a solution, and your fear is protecting you, making you confused. What is actually just avoidance. So you're lost. Your confusion has nothing really to do with confusion as it does avoidance. I'm seeing that you are avoiding something that you don't want to handle, something that you don't want to face. So in writing this list, in really identifying what it is that's holding you back, and then beginning to take that inspired action as you work with yourself and the energetics, you are going to begin to see your life unfold very fastly. In my meditation, that is one thing that I wrote down was, when you work through the avoidance, changes will come in fast. So that brick wall that we saw at the beginning of this message, there are multiple opportunities coming in. And your fear is actually pushing all of these opportunities away. And again, I saw almost like this hard-headedness. You needed things to look the way that you think you need them to happen. And the universe is actually giving you a lot of opportunities, a lot of things in your path. And because of this woundedness, because of this hurt little girl, this scared little girl, you're pushing away all of these opportunities that the universe is trying to give to you. I'm almost seeing, I'm going to give an example, only take it if it resonates, or maybe this is a message just for a select few of you, but it's almost like you're trying to manifest this one big thing, and maybe you're running out of finances or like a way to make this thing happen. And you're afraid that if you continue down this path financially, you're not going to be well off. But you have invested so much time and energy into this thing that you're afraid to find other creative ways to maybe make some financial income to hold you over until that point. Maybe there's other opportunities for you to maybe clean some houses or find work that actually feels really aligned and exciting for you in the meantime until you can build this bigger manifestation. There's something about that where, again, I'm seeing the death card. You're being broken down enough to finally see that these were the opportunities that were being presented to you in the first place. I see a blockage in your left side. I'm seeing it mainly from your heart chakra down to your solar plexus. So this really tells me that there's like this underlying fear. You're afraid that something isn't going to happen the way that you think it's going to. And if it did happen the way that you thought it would, it's not going to be as beautiful because it's like your ego is controlling the situation. But when you begin to surrender, when you begin to relax into this process, you're going to look back and understand why everything had to happen. You're going to understand that all of the fear that you're projecting right now, or all of the ways that you think things needed to happen right now, it was actually hindering you. It was setting you back. And when you open up, when you surrender and you're like, all right, I'll take this opportunity. I'll look at the different opportunities in front of me. It's actually going to catapult you to exactly where you want to go. There's something about just being closed off because you have been so locked in. Now, dedication and focus is very important still. That doesn't mean that you get lost in these other endeavors, but I do see that there are aligned opportunities for you to gain more experience in what you're trying to do. So it might seem like a small opportunity is being presented to yourself. And I'm seeing this opportunity almost like circling you, where it's like been trying to come in and you have been like denying it. Maybe intuitively there's something that came to your head right away. If so, maybe take action on that. Your intuition is always trying to speak to you, and it's the ego that will talk us out of it, that will say, oh no, I don't have time for it, or oh no, I need it to go this way. There's something that has been circling you, and it's not going to let go, because this is going to give you the exact experience the exact connections, the exact people in your place in order for you to catapult to the next level. And although that's something that you may not want to hear right now, the divine is saying that is exactly what's going to take you there. One thing I want to mention, I was hearing a Joe Dispenza meditation that has always helped me, is when I close my eyes, I imagine space and I look out into the blackness as much as I can. And if you're familiar with Joe Dispenza's teachings, you can always pop that in. I'm not entirely sure what it's called. I think it's like infinite possibilities could be one. But basically he has you just imagine space and you're looking out in front of you into the darkness. And you can look down below you into the darkness and just imagine how expansive this is. And what you're doing for your brain is actually allowing your brain to open up to possibilities. You're opening up to the quantum field because your mind right now is so locked into like a high beta where you're more anxious, you're a little bit afraid. Given your circumstance, it makes sense, right? But to help yourself, finding practices that will help your mind to open up, to expand, to rest, to settle your nervous system, whatever that looks like for you. Yin yoga, subliminals, resting more, taking more time maybe in the mornings to get ready rather than rushing out the door. Find those practices because this is really going to help you get in connection with these opportunities. With that, I'm feeling really closed here. I do want to pull a couple oracle cards before we go. I am feeling inspired to grab Wisdom of the Shadow. These are some great cards that I have gotten in my recent trip to Sedona. So I'm just going to shuffle them. Okay, we have Sadness, Rising. So I see that right now this situation is calling you to alchemize the situation that you're in. Oh yeah, we pulled soul care. So again, finding those practices are really going to help you that just expand your mind. Spending more time with just yourself, taking that bath, doing your meditations, coming back to yourself and really trusting that you are safe and that this is the right calling, that this is your path. We have sensuality and self-embrace. I'm seeing again your sacral chakra. There's a blockage, and really developing a relationship with your creativity, with the sensuality, with feeling yourself is going to help you during this time. Because there are so many creative possibilities that want to come in. And as you enhance your creativity, however those practices are for you, maybe you cook a meal that is more artistic or out of the box compared to usual, or maybe you just take some time to paint or find ways to get creative with no expectation. This is going to help heal this sacral chakra. And in doing so, it is going to help you to continue to open up your mind so you can find a solution to whatever situation you're in. And I just heard my guide say Finn, so I am going to leave that here. Comment down below some of your favorite practices that really help you to expand your mind or open your mind. Some creative things that you like to do. So maybe we can help inspire our community by being able to read the comments. If this reading resonated with you, please be sure to like and subscribe. It helps me to tap into your energy. So for future readings, I am able to communicate clearly, more clearly to you. And if you are interested in a personal reading, be sure to check out the link in my description. There are plenty of ways to work with me. And with that, I am sending you so much love, and I'll see you in one of my next readings. Bye.